Waves above the quiet sand, faded sign with letters shaped by hand. Tiny lanterns in a gentle line, swinging softly while the coast unwinds. You push open the familiar door, salt and coffee in the air once more. Old clock ticking near the window frame keeps a rhythm while we speak our names. We have carried different kinds of days through the city and its restless maze. Now the shoreline wraps around our chairs like a blanket made of lighter air. In this hidden cafe by the sea, you sit quietly in front of me. Every wave outside the dusty glass writes a promise that the rush will pass. In this hidden cafe by the sea, I feel closer to the truest me. When our fingers touch above the steam, life feels softer than the old routine. Owner hums while stacking porcelain, plays a song from some forgotten spring. You start talking about distant plans, little notebooks filled with changing lands. I admit I fear the shifting tide, letting comfort keep my feet inside. Now your eyes reflect the harbor glow, as you say we never truly know. You reach over for the sugar spoon, draw a circle like a tiny moon. Say that courage is a simple choice, spoken softly in an honest voice. In this hidden cafe by the sea, you sit quietly in front of me. Every wave outside the dusty glass writes a promise that the rush will pass. In this hidden cafe by the sea, I feel closer to the truest me. When our fingers touch above the steam, life feels softer than the old routine. If the office walls close in again, if the schedules tighten around our chests, we can keep this corner in our minds as a harbor where our breathing rests. I will hear the teacups gently ring, see the curtains in the evening swing. Know that somewhere near this gentle bay, there is room to lay the noise away. In this hidden cafe by the sea, you sit quietly in front of me. Every tide beyond the weather glass turns our leftovers of pain to glass. In this hidden cafe by the sea, I choose more than what they said I need. When our fingers touch above the steam, I feel steady in this tender dream. fragile bloom. Paper cup between my chilly hands. Distant trucks roll out to other lands. Radio between the static songs reads a forecast about passing storms. You turn down the words about the rain, say we will outrun that narrow chain. I admit I nearly called it off, packed my bags then left them by the loft. You just smile and start the engine slow, say some journeys only work when thrown. Every exit sign that blurs in green marks the distance from the older scene. In the mirror towers shrink away while the sky invites a brighter day. With highway coffee at dawn, we let older burdens move on. Every stripe along the stretch of road feels like room to lay a heavier load. With highway coffee at dawn, we choose gentler stories to dawn as the morning paints the distant fields. Hidden courage slowly yields. If the clouds roll in with thicker gray, if the map suggests a longer way, we can pull into a smaller town, find a corner where we both sit down. I will fold the worries from last year, place them gently near the souvenir. Let the steam above a second cup lift those shadows that once held us up. With highway coffee at dawn, we let sharper memories yawn. Every mile between that crowded street gives our tired hearts a steadier beat. With highway coffee at dawn, even fear feels less withdrawn as the sunlight settles on your face. I can feel a softer pace. Screen keeps glowing on the bedside stand, same old headlines spinning through the land. Group chats buzzing with 100 threads, voices crowding in my sleepy head. Floor feels chilly when my feet touch down. Mirror shows a face that wears a frown. Kettle sings a quiet little tune, steam draws halos in the lazy noon. I have run on borrowed energy, trying hard to match what they all see, yet my body whispers while I move, there is nothing left that I must prove. I have room to breathe again, let the rushing leave my veins. Take a glass tiny plant with leaves that need some care. I brush dust away from fragile green, feel my shoulders loosen in between. Turn my phone to silent for a while, listen to the city reconcile. Distant traffic hums without demand, like a tide that never needs command. If a friend described this tired heart, I would urge a gentle, slower start. So I offer that same tender line to this quiet, breathing form of mine. Have room to breathe again, let the rushing leave my veins. Take a glass of simple water, watch it settle all the corners. I have room to breathe again, take a slower kind of lane. Nothing falls apart when I choose a softer state of mind. Leave the crowded schedule on the chair, let the ink run where it does not care. Ask my chest which pathway feels less tight, not the loudest promise dressed in light. Every time my jaw begins to ease, every time my hands release a squeeze, oh, I can read the quiet inner sign, saying this small moment still is mine. I have room to breathe again, let today arrive as friend. Take a step without perfection, follow natural direction. I have room to breathe again, hold my center in the wind. When tomorrow starts to spin, I will guard this space within. Alarm keeps ringing through the faded light, crowded inbox waiting out of sight. Kitchen tiles feel colder than they should, heart feels heavier than something would. Pull the curtains just a little wide, let a narrow stripe of sky inside. Every color on the distant roof says you do not need to run for proof. If a friend stood shaking at your door, you would guide them to the softer floor, offer tea and quiet for their chest, till their shoulders found a little rest. There are gentle days ahead, you can move with lighter tread. Pour some water in a waiting glass, watch the surface, let the ripples pass. There are gentle days ahead, you can trust this tender thread. Nothing shatters when you choose instead to believe in gentle days ahead. Later on the pavement near the park, pigeons gather where the corners are. Buses breathing at the traffic light, carry people through their hidden fights. You sit down along the painted wall, feel the tired echo of it all. Think about the times you held the line for another heart before your own in line. If those scenes belong to someone new, you would bless the way they finally grew. You would say they earned a softer speed, you would honor every quiet need. There are gentle days ahead, stop circling back. You were reading signals from inside, drawing maps where calmer truths reside. There are gentle days ahead. You can walk with softer tread. Take a step without a perfect chart. Follow what feels kinder to your heart. There are gentle days ahead. Hold that phrase within your head. When tomorrow tries to set the pace, you can answer from a quieter place. Fall softly on the hallway shelf. Shoes slide off beside the cable mess. Kitchen clock keeps ticking in the dark. Leftover light along the window arc. Phone keeps buzzing on the cluttered chair. Group plans talking like they need you there. Part of you remembers every role. Part of you feels hollow in your soul. If a friend walked through this heavy door, you would clear a space upon the floor. Wrap a blanket around their shaking frame. Tell them nothing needs a win tonight by name. You can call it an early night. Turn the bigger battles out of sight. Let the quiet fill the corners like a soft and steady border. You can call it an early night. Drop the armor, dim the light. Nothing fails because you choose rest instead of one more bruise. Warm, clean t-shirt from the folded stack. Gentle playlist humming at your back. Curtains close against the hallway glow. Evening city breathing faint below. You remember how you held a friend when their strength ran thin by weeks slow. And you did not demand they stand up tall. You just stayed beside their teardrop fall. If that story lived in someone new, you would say their softer steps were true. You would praise the way they chose the bed over one more heavy spinning thread. You can call it an early night. Turn the bigger battles out of sight. Let the quiet fill the corners like a soft and steady border. You can call it an early night. Drop the armor, dim the light. Nothing fails because you choose rest instead of one more bruise. Leave the open laptop on the chair. Let the list stay unfinished there. Ask your breathing what it longs to feel, not the loud demand to just conceal. Every time your shoulders start to sink, every time your thoughts step from the brink, you are learning how your body speaks, pointing toward the gentlest of peaks. You can call it an early night. Let the softer choice be right. Take a glass of simple water. Let it calm your inner border. You can call it an early night. Draw the curtains on the fight. When tomorrow tries to claim your might, you will rise from deeper light. message banners pile across the board. Morning calendar begins to shout, every color marking in and out. Heart keeps tightening behind your ribs, breathing shallow through the tiny sips. Sun is leaning through the dusty blind, asking why you leave yourself behind. If a friend felt pressure like this storm, you would wrap a blanket around their form. Tell them they could step outside the stream, let the quiet hold them while they dream. You have permission to take a day, let the world keep spinning anyway. Pour a simple cup of water clear, let it cool the noise inside your ears. You have permission to step aside from the rush that sweeps along the tide. Nothing breaks when you decide to stay, wrapped in gentle air for one soft day. Later in a cotton over shirt, bare feet resting on the wooden dirt, streaming sunlight on the kitchen floor, dust like tiny planets near the door. You fold laundry at a slower speed, match each shirt with more than missing sleep. Every corner of the quiet room feels like space for something new to bloom. If this scene belonged to someone new, you would call their pace an honest view. You would say they chose a wiser way, letting kindness shape their fragile day. You have permission to take a day, let the world keep spinning anyway. Pour a simple cup of water clear, let it cool the noise inside your ears. You have permission to step aside from the rush that sweeps along the tide. Nothing breaks when you decide to stay, wrapped in gentle air for one soft day. Leave the crowded schedule on the chair, let the ink blur where it does not care. Ask your shoulders what they long to feel, not the loud instruction to conceal. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts from your chest, you are reading signs from deep within, pointing toward a more forgiving spin. You have permission to take a day, turn the ringing voices far away. Take a walk without a measured pace, let the breeze redraw your inner space. You have permission to stay at home, let your thoughts wander where they roam. When tomorrow starts to call your name, you will stand on slightly softer Neat black letters in a crowded row. Every line demands a perfect answer. Every box expects a steady glow. You stare down the army of requirements. Feel your breathing stumble out of time. Then you turn and choose a single corner. Wash one cup and call that moment fine. If a stranger carried weight like this, you would never ask for more than this. Small victories only for today. One soft step along the quieter way. Fold one shirt and let that be enough. Send one message saying life feels tough. Small victories only for tonight. Hold one thought that treats your heart polite. Nothing crumbles when you gently say you deserve small victories today. Later on you open all the windows. Let the city hum without a plan. Make the bed with slightly crooked corners. Water plants with careful steady hands. You remember comforting a sibling when their world felt tilted out of frame. You just sat and counted every inhale. Never asked their spirit to be flame. If that memory belonged to them, you would call that patience honest gem. Small victories only for today. One soft step along the quieter way. Fold one shirt and let that be enough. Send one message saying life feels tough. Small victories only for tonight. Hold one thought that treats your heart polite. Nothing crumbles when you gently say you deserve small victories today. Leave the flawless timeline on the counter. Let the ink blur where it chooses drift. Ask your shoulders which direction softens. Not the loudest promise, dressed as gift. Every time your jaw begins to loosen, every time your gaze forgets the clock, you are reading signals from your body pointing toward a kinder inner walk. Small victories only for today. Take one breath and let the noise decay. Light one candle in the fading room. Let it shimmer, chase a little gloom. Small victories only for tonight. Speak one sentence to your own insight. When tomorrow tries to pull you back, you can answer from a gentler track. Up the bedroom narrow wall. Morning headlines press your spirit small. Messages stack up in quiet rows. Every bubble asking where you go. Mirror shows the circles near your eyes. Proof of every late and heavy night. You lace shoes like stepping into war. Heart already on the kitchen floor. If this picture belonged to someone near, softer words than fear. You would guide them to a gentler seat. Place a cup of water by their feet. You still count when you rest. You still matter when you pause. Every breath that leaves your chest does not need a perfect cause. World keeps turning on its way while you sit clouds that pass. Coworkers start shaking in their chair, overwhelmed by lists that are not fair. You remember how you held their hand, walked them out to feel the evening land. You did not demand they fix the load, just stood with them by the quiet road. If that story was your own tonight, you would say the same kind, patient light. So you let that kindness circle back, wrap around the places that feel slack. You still count when you rest, you still matter when you pause. Every breath that leaves your chest does not need a perfect cause. World keeps turning on its way while you sit and catch your breath. Nothing cancels out your place. You still count when you rest. Leave the flawless checklist on the chair. Let the ink run where it will not care. Ask your shoulders what they long to feel, not the loud instruction to conceal. Every time your jaw begins to ease, every time your thoughts slow down their squeeze, you are hearing signals from inside, pointing toward a softer, safer stride. You still count when you rest, you still matter when you pause. You can choose a gentler step without breaking any laws. The world keeps turning on its way while you sit and guard your breath. When tomorrow knocks again, you still count when you rest. Plastic handles sway above the floor. On your screen a grid of colored blocks. Every square demands a little more. Name badge hanging from a tangled strap. Letters shining like a quiet brand. Heart beats faster at the station exit. Clock keeps counting while you scan your plans. If a stranger carried this much pressure, you would never call their worth a chart. You would point them toward a softer corner, let them listen to their aching heart. You are more than just a list, more than every task you missed. Put the pen down for a moment, let your breathing find alignment. You are more than every square on the board that waits out there. Nothing fades because you sit. You are more than just a list. Later at the copy counter line, coworkers stand shaken by the tray. Eyes turn glassy over printed pages, trying hard to make it through the day. You walk with them to the open stair, watch the street lights flicker into view. You remind them numbers never measure how their kindness carries others through. If that moment lived inside your story, you praise the way you stayed so near. So you let that honest warmth come full circle. Hold yourself with that same gentle cheer. You are more than just a list, more than every task you missed. Put the pen down for a moment, let your breathing find alignment. You are more than every square on the board that waits out there. Nothing fades because you sit. You are more than just a list. Leave the crowded planner by the doorway. Let the markers rest without a line. Ask your shoulders which direction eases, not the loud design of every sign. Every time your jaw begins to soften, every time your hands release their grip, you can read the quiet hidden message, telling you it is enough to sit. You are more than just a list, more than any box you ticked. Take a glass of simple water, let it cool the inner border. You are more than every square on the board that waits out there. When tomorrow calls again, you can answer as a friend. Tiny numbers claim the day in green. Group chat bubbles flash in frantic rows. Every ping demands a polished glow. You stand barefoot on the kitchen tile, heartbeat racing faster than your smile. Fingers hover over every plan, wonder if you truly even can. If a friend's still shaking in this place, you would soften every line they face. Offer them a chair and steady tea, say they do not have to prove to be. Take one gentle step at a time, let the mountain wait in line. Pour a glass of simple water, feel it calm the rising quarter. Take one gentle step at a time, let your breath reset the rhyme. Nothing breaks because you choose one kind move that you can use. Later on a bench beside the road, buzzes murmur in a constant flow. You watch strangers with their heavy bags, carrying unseen invisible flags. Think of all the times you held a hand when another heart could barely stand. You just match the rhythm of their air, never asked for more than they could bear. If that moment wore your borrowed name, you would speak the very same refrain. Tell yourself the bar can drop a bit, there is still full value while you sit. Take one gentle step at a time, let the mountain wait in line. Pour a glass of simple water, feel it calm the rising quarter. Take one gentle step at a time, let your breath reset the rhyme. Nothing breaks because you choose one kind move that you can use. Leave the flawless timeline on the chair, let the ink blur where it will not care. Ask your shoulders which direction soothes, not the loudest voice that only proves. Every time your jaw begins to slack, every time your thoughts stop circling back, you are reading quiet inner signs, pointing you towards softer, safer lines. Take one gentle step at a time, trust the slowly changing climb. Light one candle in the room, let it soften passing gloom. Take one gentle step at the frown. If a friend walked in with nerves like this, you would meet them with the gentlest kiss. Place a glass of water in their hand, say they do not need a single plan. Quiet is allowed here, you can let the noise fade out. You can breathe without performance, you can rest without a shout. Quiet is allowed here, you can lay your armor near. Nothing breaks because you choose softness over one more bruise. Later with a blanket on the floor, back against the cool familiar door. Favorite playlist humming low and kind, soft piano holding up your mind. Tiny plant beside the window frame leans toward colors from the evening flame. You remember nights you held a friend just by staying till their storms would end. If that story carried your own name, you would offer just the very same. So you let that kindness circle round, fill the corners with a gentler sound. Quiet is allowed here, you can let the noise fade out. You can breathe without performance, you can rest without a shout. Quiet is allowed here, you can lay your armor near. Nothing breaks because you choose softness over one more bruise. Leave the glowing laptop on the chair, let the unread messages stay there. Ask your shoulders what they long to feel, not the loud demand to just conceal. Every time your jaw begins to sink, every time your thoughts step from the brink, you are hearing signals from inside, drawing maps toward a softer stride. Quiet is allowed here, you can let the clock run on. You can trade the sprint for stillness till your breath feels less withdrawn. Quiet is allowed here, hold the truth against your fear. When tomorrow calls you near, you can answer from right Bathroom tiles are colder than your feet. Neon toothbrush by the sink in reach. Screen lights up with messages and plans. Every bubble pulling at your hands. Under eyelids, little storms still live, but your face looks softer than you give. You lean closer to the silver glass, hear your heartbeat breathing through the past. If this tired reflection was a friend, you would never ask their soul to bend. You would tell them they could slow the race, find a calmer rhythm for this space. Let there be kindness in the mirror, let your gaze grow quiet, clearer. You do not need sharper lines, just a breath between the signs. Let there be kindness in the mirror, not another silent juror. You still hold a steady glow, even when you take it slow. Later by the window with your tea, city humming like a distant sea. Little plant beside the curtain edge reaches gently past the metal ledge. You remember nights you stayed awake just to help another schedule on the chair. Let the ink drift where it does not care. Ask your shoulders what would feel like ease. Not the loud command that never frees. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you can read the signals from within, pointing toward a more forgiving skin. Let there be kindness in the mirror. Let your gaze grow quiet nearer. Offer yourself one gentle phrase, like a hand along the maze. Let there be kindness in the mirror. When tomorrow's pulls are nearer, you can meet your morning face from a softer, safer place. This hallway hums with fading lights. Dusty printer sleeps through Friday nights. You slip quiet in your stairwell air. Drop your shoulders on the wooden stair. Phone keeps buzzing in your open palm. Latest crisis dressed in borrowed charm. Part of you still reaches for reply. Part of you just wants to close your eyes. A friend said shaking on this step, you would guard the tears they had now wept. You would tell them they could pause this race, let their breathing claim a little space. You can hold space for yourself, let the world spin somewhere else. Take a sip of simple water, hear the hush around the chatter. You can hold space for yourself, lay your armor on the shelf. Nothing fails because you choose one kind moment you can use. Later in a corner of the park, street lamp halos shimmer through the dark. Bench still warm from someone who just left. Leaves keep dancing in a lazy drip. You remember sitting with a cousin when their plans collapsed in sudden floods. You just mirrored every steady breath, never asked them to be strong instead. If that story carried your own name, you would speak the very same refrain. So you let that gentle echo land like a blanket in your open hand. You can hold space for yourself, let the world spin somewhere else. Take a sip of simple water, hear the hush around the chatter. You can hold space for yourself, lay your armor on the shelf. Nothing fails because you choose one kind moment you can use. Leave the crowded planner in your bag, let the ink blur where the corners sag. Ask your breathing where the easing lives, not the loudest voice that only bids. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are reading quiet inner signs, pointing you towards softer, truer lines. You can hold space for yourself, let the worry lose its stealth. Light a candle in the room, let it soften hidden gloom. You can hold space for yourself, trust the softer kind of wealth. When tomorrow starts to press, you can answer with this rest. Ooh. Every swipe reveals another headline. Every comment asks you to align. Heart keeps racing with a scrolling speed. Eyes keep burning while you half-read feed. Somewhere underneath a quiet ache, there is still a choice you get to make. If a friend sat shaking on your floor, you would take their phone toward the door. Pour them water in a simple glass. Say they do not owe the crowd a pass. You can log off for tonight. Let the glowing screen lose sight. Let the quiet fill the room like a candle chasing gloom. You can lay the noise aside. Keep your breathing as your guide. Nothing stops because you choose rest instead of one more bruise. Later by the window with the breeze, city humming at a slower ease. Curtain edges dance against your hand. Distant traffic moves through softer land. You remember holding space for someone when their day felt heavier than the sun. You just match the rhythm of their breath. Never ask them to present their best. If that story carried your own name, you would speak the very same refrain. So you let that tenderness return toward the places where your edges burn. You can log off for tonight. Let the glowing screen lose sight. Let the quiet fill the room like a candle chasing gloom. You can lay the noise aside. Keep your breathing as your guide. Nothing stops because you choose rest instead of one more bruise. Leave the open inbox on the chair. Let the unread messages stay there. Ask your shoulders what would feel like peace. Not the loud demand that never sleeps. Every time your jaw begins to fall, every time your thoughts release the wall, you are reading signals from within, pointing toward a kinder way to spin. You can log off for tonight. Let the softer choice feel right. Take a glass of simple water. Let it cool the inner border. You can lay the noise aside. Hold your heartbeat as your guide. When tomorrow starts to bite, you will rise from deeper Morning message on the cracking screen. Can you help me fix this broken scene? Calendar already breathing tight. Every hour colored stacked in lines. Heart remembers how you always been. Changing plans to be the extra hand. Coffee cools while guilt begins to rise. Tug of war between your heart and eyes. If a friend stood shaking in this place, you would offer them a softer space. Tell them they could guard their precious time without turning kindness into crime. Saying no is still love. You can keep your sky above. You can choose a smaller load. Walk a lighter honest road. Saying no is still care for the ones you wanna share. You are not a broken doll. Saying no is still love. Later at a table near the street, breeze without a shove. Take a glass of simple water, let it calm the inner border. Say you know I still care for the ones you hope stay there. When tomorrow calls above, you will answer from self-love. Morning numbers glow along the screen. Tiny warnings painted red and green. Every app displays a little badge, each one claiming it is something large. Kettle starts to whistle by the sink. Cup waits empty on the silver brink. You stand barefoot on the kitchen floor. Ask what all this rushing's really for. If a friend stood breathing in this place, you would soften every line they face. Tell them they could pressure, take a gentle stop. Nothing is urgent right now. You can step away somehow. Pour a glass of simple water, let it cool the rising quarter. Nothing is urgent right now. You can lose the frantic vow. World keeps turning on its own while you claim a softer tone. Later on the balcony alone, city murmurs through the weathered stone. Laundry drifting on the neighbor's line. Clouds move slowly in a quiet spine. You recall the times you stayed up late, fixing pieces for another weight. You were gentle with a shaking breath, never asked their heart to sprint for death. If that story carried your own name, you would sing the very same refrain. So you let that kindness circle back, fill the corners where you feel you lack. Nothing is urgent right now. You can step away somehow. Pour a glass of simple water, let it cool the rising quarter. Nothing is urgent right now. You can lose the frantic vow. World keeps turning on its own while you claim a softer tone. Leave the crowded planner on the chair. Let the ink blur where it does not care. Ask your shoulders what would feel like ease. Not the loud demand that never frees. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are reading signals from within, pointing toward a kinder way to spin. Nothing is urgent right now. You can breathe without a vow. Light a candle in the room, watch it soften passing gloom. Nothing is urgent right now. Hold the truth inside your brow. When tomorrow starts to shout, you can choose a calmer ride. Morning headlines waiting on your phone. Tiny icons crowd the status tone. every post displays a finished story, perfect endings wrapped in borrowed glory. You sit quiet at the kitchen chair, holding worries in the tempered air. Part of you believes you fell behind, part of you just wants a calmer mind. If a friend described this fragile place, you would offer them a softer space. Tell them they could breathe without a chart. Let the rhythm follow from the heart. Slow progress still counts today. Every tiny shift can clear away. Washing just a single weight in plates, sending one small honest word is great. Slow progress still counts tonight. You can choose a gentler kind of fight. Nothing breaks because you move this way. Slow progress still counts today. Later on a bench beside the street, buzzers rumble with their heavy feet. You watch workers with their paper cups carry quiet storms behind their fronts. You remember nights you stayed awake just to help another heartbeat awake. You were patient with your trembling hands, never asked them for completed plans. If that memory belonged to you, you would call that loyalty true. So you let that kindness circle around, touch the places where you feel run down. Slow progress still counts today. Every tiny shift can clear away, clearing just a corner of the floor, opening one lonely hidden door. Slow progress still counts tonight. You can set a smaller beam of light. Nothing fails because you move this way. Slow progress still counts today. Leave the crowded schedule on the chair. Let the ink drift where it does not care. Ask your breathing what would feel like ease, not the loud command that never frees. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are reading signals from within, pointing toward a kinder way to spin. Slow progress still counts today. Let that sentence guide your day. Take a sip of cool, clear water. Hear it calm the inner quarter. Slow progress still counts tonight. Hold that truth beneath the light. When tomorrow starts to call your name, you can answer with a softer flame. Morning train leans slowly through the turn. Crowded platform under muted sun. Someone scrolling through a perfect story. Every image painted bright and done. You stand holding to the metal rail, heartbeat tripping over quiet tales. Thoughts keep saying everyone is ready, while you're breathing struggles to stay steady. If a friend confessed this rush in fear, you would pull their shoulders gently near. Tell them there is room to take their time. Nothing needs a perfectly timed climb. You are not late for your life. You are not behind the light. Every step you take today writes a softer kind sunset colors spill across the mass. Coworkers start speaking in a whisper, says they feel like time runs past their fingers. You remember nights you sat together, naming dreams like tiny fragile feathers. You did not demand a faster track, only promised they could still come back. If that story carried now your name, you would sing the very same refrain. So you let that kindness circle round, wrap the places that feel worn and bound. And you are not late for your life, you are not behind the light. Every step you take today writes a softer kind of way. You are not late for your life, there is still a gentle sky. You can move at honest speed, following your deeper need. Leave the tight comparison aside, let the clock hands loosen in your mind. Ask your breathing what feels true and safe, not the loud parade of distant pace. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are reading signals from within, pointing where your real lines can begin. You are not late for your life, you are walking with the light. Take a glass of simple water, let it calm the inner border. You are not late for your life, hold that sentence in your sight. When tomorrow starts to race, you can answer from your place. Morning tram glides past the corner shop, paper cups line up beneath the clock. You walk quickly through the sliding door, heart still thinking about one task more. Headphones humming with a crowded sound, latest podcast talking speed and crowns. Yet a sunbeam lands across your sleeve, tiny warmth that asks you not to leave. If a friend moved through this Russian stage, you would turn the volume down a grade, point at all the colors in their hands, not the boxes in their daily plans. Make room for little joys in the spaces near the noise. Taste the sweetness in your coffee, watch the clouds above the city. And make room for little joys, they are not background toys. Every tiny gentle choice gives your tired heart a voice. Later on a bench beside the store, teenage buskers play near sliding doors. One soft melody escapes the crowd, drifts toward you like a whispered vow. You remember sitting with a cousin on a balcony at almost one, sharing stories over instant noodles, laugh until the night forgot its rules. If that memory belonged to them, you would guard it like a quiet gem. Say that simple evenings on the floor count as living just as much or more. Make room for little joys in the spaces near the noise. Taste the sweetness in your coffee, watch the clouds above the city. checklist in your bag. Let the ink drift where the letters sag. Ask your shoulders what would feel like ease, not the loud demand that never frees. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are reading signals from within, pointing where your softer days begin. Make room for little joys, turn down all the harsher noise. Light a candle in the kitchen, let it shimmer, change the vision. And make room for little joys, they are not background toys. When tomorrow starts to shout, you can let those moments count. Flickers on the bedroom wall, morning messages already called. Scrolling through 100 quiet judgments, tiny voices in a crowded segment. Mirror catches lines beside your eyes, you remember every recent try. Part of you keeps counting where you failed, part of you feels tired and derailed. If a friend stood shaking in this view, you would speak a softer truth than you. You would wrap their shoulders in your care, tell them they deserve a gentler air. Be on your own side tonight. You can hold your heart in light. You can choose a kinder phrase for the way you frame your days. Be on your own side tonight. Let your words stay in your sight. Nothing fades because you try, talking to yourself more kind. Later on a bench beside the tram, you watch strangers with their paper plans. One small child drops pencils on the pavement, parent smiles and offers full engagement. You remember how you stayed with someone when their voice could barely carry on. You did not demand they shine or prove, you just matched the rhythm they could move. There's a story carried now your name, you would sing the very same refrain. So you let that kindness circle around, fill the places that feel worn and bound. Be on your own side tonight. You can hold your heart in light. You can choose a kinder phrase for the way you frame your days. Be on your own side tonight. Let your words stay in your sight. Nothing fades because you try, talking to yourself more kind. Leave the harsh remarks inside your head, Lego posters peeling where they spread. Ask your breathing what would feel like ease, not the loud demand that never frees. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you are hearing signals from within, pointing where your softer lines begin. Be on your own side tonight. You can dim the inner fight. Take a glass of simple water, let it calm the inner border. Be on your own side tonight. Hold that sentence in your sight. When tomorrow starts to grind, you can answer from your side. while the kettle builds a quiet storm. Phone keeps ringing with another favor. Someone needs a last-minute savior. Heart beats faster than your gentle step. Every promise crowding in your chest. If a friend stood trembling in this place, you would soften lines across their face. Tell them they were never built to carry every story till their shoulders vary. You were never meant to do it all, never meant to answer every call. You can set a smaller piece down, walk away from one more heavy round. You were never meant to fill each gap, never meant to fix each broken map. You were still enough when you let fall. You were never meant to do it all. Later in the stairwell near the door, sit quietly along the floor, coat still hanging from a single button, eyes still burning from the rush of sudden. You recall the nights you stayed beside someone who had nothing left to hide. You did not demand they stand up straight, you just shared the weight of what felt late. If that story answered to your name, you would sing the very same refrain. So you let that kindness circle round, wrap the places feeling worn and bound. You were never meant to do it all, never meant to answer every call. You could set a smaller piece down, walk away from one more heavy round. You were never meant to fill each gap, never meant to fix each broken map. You were still enough when you let fall. You were never meant to do it all. Leave a crowded checklist on the chair, let the ink drift where it will not care. Ask you breathe in what would feel like peace, not the loud demand that will not cease. Every time your jaw begins to rest, every time the weight lifts off your chest, you were reading signals from within, pointing where a softer life begins. You were never meant to do it all. You can let one waiting deadline fall. Take a glass of calming water, let it cool the inner border. You were never meant to fill each gap, never meant to fix each broken map. When tomorrow starts, it's growing cold. You can choose which parts you hold it softly on the wall. Phone keeps buzzing with another call. Tiny squares display a brighter story, every caption wrapped in painted glory. You sit quiet on the bedroom floor, back pressed gently near the closet door. Part of you believes you missed the train, part of you is tired of that refrain. If a friend described this tangled place, you would soften every line they face. Tell them they could pause the crowded year, take one breath and simply start from here. You can start from here, not from who you used to fear. Take a sip of simple water, let it cool the restless border. You can start from here with the smaller kind of gear. Nothing needs a perfect track, just the courage not to turn back. Later on a quiet shaded bench, buses murmur through the city trench. You watch strangers carry hidden weather, see a couple hold their hands together. You remember sitting with a sibling when their plans felt fragile, slowly dimming. You just matched the rhythm of their breath, never asked for proof of sudden strength. presence in your ear. Take a glass of calming water. Hear it hush the rushing quarter. You